Ooh. Just absorbing the moment. Whatever you're feeling right now, just let it sink in and spread out. Let's start with a bow. Okay, why don't we start with a dangle? I'm gonna take off my sweater for this part, but yeah, let's just stand up. Find a good pacing between your feet. My head will come into view soon. But just find your feet on the floor. Standing. You do it all day, but let's take a moment to really feel what standing feels like. Feel the feet on the floor. Notice if you're holding any tension in your belly. Maybe give it a little rub. Just kind of letting your abdomen and your organs know that they can let go here. And then we'll just fold forward for a dangle. You can grab onto opposite elbows. You can lace your fingers behind your head. You can just let your arms hang if you want. Any amount of bend in the knee. It can feel really good to just have the belly resting on the thighs. Really deep bend in the knee. And just let everything fall out of the top of the head. All the thoughts, all the worries. Maybe give the head a little bit of a shake so that the neck lets go a little bit more. Just letting it fall out of the top of the head. It's nice to be upside down for a little while. Letting the head just relax. Big brain inside the head, so heavy, and we're holding it up constantly. So now is an opportunity to just let your brain go. Don't have to hold it up. Notice the four corners of your feet. Notice if you're leaning more forward, or if you're leaning backwards, or if you're on the sides, perhaps. And just maybe find a balance between the edges of the feet. So you're grounded in all four corners, from heel to toe, all the little arches along the side. Feeling all the padding of the feet on the floor, your connection to the ground. We'll just dangle for a little bit longer. Lifting up halfway, come to a flat back, maybe straightening out the knees a little bit, but not hyperextending them. They're not like locked, but they're just a little bit straighter. We'll take the hands and place the thumbs on the back side of the body, and the fingers are on the stomach, on the belly. And we'll just counterclockwise rub into the organs. Just giving the organs a little massage while we're bent over a flat back here. Doesn't have to be forceful. It's just a little tiny massage into the deeper tissues of the organs. Just kind of letting everything on the inside know. Let go a little bit. No need to be tight. We're just helping the digestion process a little bit in this way too. Just helping move stuff around. Anything that's a little bit stuck, we can just move with our fingers a little bit. It's okay if you don't feel much. Just mush, mush, mush. Mush, mush, mush. Let that go and just start to rise back up vertebrae by vertebrae very slowly. Once you get to the top, just kind of let your hands come to the sides, the mountain pose. Feel how the belly is spreading out now. Maybe there was a natural inclination to clench again, and just give yourself a tiny little rub so you know you can let go here, let the organs be free. Precious organ body. Feeling into that sense of volume, width. You have a back too. You can bring your hands to the back of your body and feel where your kidneys are, right underneath the ribs, right here. Letting that go too, just giving your body some gentle touch so that we recognize that we have this inner world that can also soften and release. Cool, and we'll transition to the floor by coming into a squat. And so it might take a little bit of moving around. If you've got something with padding, that if your ankles don't come all the way down, your ankles can come onto something like a small cushion or a rolled up blanket or pillow. And you can always place something underneath your sits bones so that you have somewhere to come into this squat. But you can always use your muscles to stay upright. Support or no support, the body will be in a similar shape. You'll get the same kind of benefit. Just remembering your belly here too. Noticing if being in this squat made everything on the inside go. And just letting that go. Finding some space. Breathing into the belly. Feeling the diaphragm moving up and down, massaging the organs. And you can always go back and forth, trying in between, having support, going without a little bit of support. It's okay. The ankles rise up. It's okay. If everything starts to get really heavy and intense, we can play and we can see how it changes and affects the way that we feel. There's no right way to do it. It's just noticing what's going on when we do it. We won't be here for very much longer, so let's just see what we feel, or feel what we feel. Feeling palms connecting to one another. Feel one palm touching the other palm. Kind of hard to differentiate between the two sometimes. Like, is this one touching or feeling? Do I feel my left or my right? And then pulling the hands away very slowly, just feeling that separation, feeling the space in between, space around as you place your hands back to the floor. Bring your knees down to the ground. And we'll extend our legs out long behind us, coming into a Sphinx pose. So the arms are parallel. And perhaps you have a bolster or a block nearby, a nice sized pillow. And we'll just take that and place it right underneath the abdomen so that there's a little something right underneath the ribs. This can help prop you up, but it's also a good compression inside the organs. We're just going to be really aware of our organs today. And so just noticing now what that little bit of compression does. You can take it away or add to it as much as you'd like. Remembering that we have volume. Using our imagination to bring our awareness into the torso. The torso has all these living parts inside. It's not just limbs. There's a different quality to the boxy part of the body. It's different than limbs. Limbs have bones, limbs have muscles. But organs, they feel different. Can we tap into that sensation? Tap into a sense of fullness. We're not empty inside. There's lots of different tissues, moving parts, blood. Little sacs full of fluids. Sides of the body, back of the body. Soft inner landscape. And don't forget about the brain. Brain's also a really big organ, lives inside our head. Can we feel into that space too a little bit? Can you imagine being in the space behind the eyes, deep, deep into the head? deepest parts within the skull. Brain is nestled in all this nice fluid, keeps it suspended and keeps it from jerking around while we do our crazy dancing. And so it's chilling in there. We can attempt to feel it. If you'd like, you can straighten out your arms now. You can always stay with arms down, or you could always remove your props from underneath you. But if your arms are out, maybe widen them a little bit too. Get some good base of support. Noticing what this did to the organ body. Things are a bit more lifted now. Stretched in a different way. Contents. We have contents. Notice if the breathing is restricted. Really big lungs. Maybe some of the biggest organs are the lungs. They're right up in the chest. They go all the way up to the tops of the shoulders, along the sides of the ribs. They hold the heart in place. Feeling into the lungs. Feel how the breath moves the lungs, which in turn moves all the other organs, the diaphragm, separating them, moving both simultaneously. You can start to come back down to the elbows if the arms were straight. Maybe leaning up slightly to remove anything you've got underneath you. And coming all the way to the floor, head in the hands. Notice now how the organs start to expand out. They start to spread, taking the shape of the container. It's like a bag full of sand. You kind of flop it around and the sand will just move with the bag. Or really just a bag, a body bag. All the pieces inside stay together and move according to how we live our lives. So just feeling all the sand of your bag settle. All the different particles spreading out, forming the shape of the container. You can even tuck your toes under here and just give yourself a little wiggle. Really just letting everything go on the inside. Let the breath go to let out some sound. Oh, let the organs go. The organs have so much emotion and sound in them. Ooh, don't be shy. Oh. And stop the shaking. Feel the spreading out of the organs some more. And then we'll just push up and back and set up for child's pose. And so you can have wide knees, kind of support like a bolster or a pillow. And just coming down, resting on the bolster, pillow, or floor. And if today your knees don't want to go wide, you can always come back in. And maybe you try seeing if they can go a little bit wider than normal. What's that like? We work with that sensation today. If the knees are wide, you can feel the belly release underneath you. Perhaps moving the bolster away from the belly so it's not getting that compression anymore. It can really expand and you can just feel the belly hang in between the legs. What's that like to just let go there? Not clenching inside, not sucking it in. There's no reason for the abdomen to be toned right now. Visualizing as best as we can the inner anatomy, the bean-shaped kidneys on the back of the body, filtering, regulating, stabilizing. A walnut-shaped brain, suspended, powerful, ever changing. As we think about these different organs, we can let them feel heavy, soft. It's hard to feel, but we know that if these places were, for lack of a better term, impaled, we would feel it. We would feel our brain, we would feel our kidneys, we would feel all the little inner parts. But for whatever reason, I guess conditioning and other things taking up our awareness, it's really hard to access what the brain feels like, what the kidneys feel like, what does the heart feel like. It's always there. Can we keep bringing our attention back over and over again, very subtly, to this very, very subtle perception of the organ body. All the cells inside are alive, and we can tap into any of that cellular awareness. It just takes practice, time, space to do so. So here's some space to do some inner exploration. Just a few more breaths here in this child's pose. You can start to walk your way back up. Coming up, bringing your organ body with you, noticing how when we become vertical, things start to move around again, things are changing. Still staying aware of what's there. What's there. Bring the knees in closer. Let's just do a tiny, tiny front of the foot stretch. Just leaning back. Feeling that angle right here. Right at the top of the ankles where the ankle meets the shin. The whole top of the foot. Just getting a nice stretch here. All the meridian lines that run through the organ body, they all go through the organs. Each one has a specific organ, but they all go through the feet, every single one of them. So finding the feet is finding the connection to the other parts of ourselves. This whole network, it's all connected. It's pretty magnificent, actually. I never It never gets old. I never tire of feeling like, whoa, how cool is it that we're made this way? That we've evolved to be this way? That we have these things and we have the language to talk about it and share it with each other? Mind blowing. What a miracle. Being a person. So strange. Really feeling it now, the tops of the feet. Hopefully it feels really good to just move the feet in a direction that they really long for. If it hurts, you can come out, wiggle your feet around. But what's it like hanging out with discomfort? Another feeling, another impulse, another blip on the spectrum of possibility in the human range of emotion. And to get out of this, it's a little achy, just rolling over the tops of the feet to get to the knees. Oh, and then let the feet suspend in the air. Just feel them airing out. Wow. Blood rushing back. Tingling sensation up the legs. And a very soft belly. Let the channels open through the organs without clenching. You can let the chi flow through. You can imagine this bright energy being pulled up from the feet up into the pelvis, all the organs that are sitting in there, into the belly, into the kidneys, in the back, up through to the lungs, spreading across the chest into the heart. And pulling that energy, that brightness even further up past the throat, straight up into the brain. Bing, 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 bing. Charging the whole body up. Nice, fluid, flowing chi. And so now we can just give ourselves a little sway, a little rock, knowing that the chi is moving the energy within, creating nice, healthy conditions for our tissues, for our organs, for our muscles and bones. Cool. That's enough of that. We'll come to our backs now. Once you get to your back, just take another moment. Different relationship to gravity. The sandbag has been flipped over. Now all the contents are floating down. Where are the contents of your body now? Can you feel the gravity pouring through, pulling the weight of you, the back surface of the body? Like a snow globe that's been shaken up. You shake it, shake it, shake it. And then when you let it stop and set it down, all the little snowflakes drift to the base of the snow globe. So we're like that snow globe here, feeling all the contents drift to the base. You can even give yourself a little shake again, like a snow globe. Shake, 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 shake. And then rest again, see what happens. So now I'll offer to you the twisted roots variation of a twist, but you're more than welcome to just stack your knees if this way isn't for you today. So we'll just cross the right knee over the left while they're suspended in the air like this, and then shifting the hips slightly over to the right and letting the knees fall to the left. With a deeper twist. Legs uncrossed will provide more sensation. So whichever twist you decide, you can always bring the floor up to meet you. Pillows, blankets, blocks. But don't worry about the body getting to the floor. Worry about the floor getting to the body. Or don't worry at all, actually. The concern is not efforting yourself closer to the ground. That can be arranged. You want to get into the deep twist so that we can feel now a different arrangement of organs in our body. Now they're being compressed in a much different way. Strangely malleable. We're offering a different kind of massage to the inner world. And the mind wanders, can come back to any kind of sensory exploration inside the body. Feeling of breathing. Feeling of twisting. Heavy brain. All the guts, all the digestive parts, all the filtration parts. breathing into those cells. And you can start to untwist. Come back to center. Windshield wiper your legs. Feel the belly expanding again. All those organs. Doesn't matter if you can't really picture each individual one on the inside. We're just feeling all of the compression and all of the expansion. Any kind of sensation you might feel. That's it. That's good stuff. And let's cross that left knee over right knee. Once they're bent, bring the hips slightly over to the left and twisting over to the right. Letting the knees fall where they fall, or catching them with some kind of prop. The arms can just be free at the sides. No need to push or force anything. And the organs are not symmetrical. So whatever was happening on the other side is much different than this one. Got the stomach on the left, the liver on the right. So twisting to either side. Each organ's getting a different kind of relationship to the twist. Good stuff. Bringing the chi flow along the spine and into all the little cells of all the organs. Flowing energy, unsticking what's stuck. Breathing. Noticing if the sounds affected how we're feeling. Letting it pass, letting the dust settle again. Just a little bit longer in this twist. Untwisting now. Coming back to center. Feeling. Feeling everything settle. Including the mind. Just end with a happy baby. So just bending the knees up, and you can grab hold of your feet or your ankles or your knees. And we'll just give the hips a nice little reminder that they exist. Just feeling the opening, feeling the delight, having a body that feels, even if it feels difficult. We've got this body. We can share our experience. We can fully embody what it's like to be a body, to be a person, to marvel in the miraculous wonder of existence. Letting that go, coming out long, taking any final little movements you might need, and just setting up for your Shavasana. Depending on the weather, you may want an extra layer for a little bit of cushion. You can put a bolster under your knees. Roll that blanket underneath your knees or behind your spine. Whatever you choose. Let's just let go of any opinions, any stories, any shoulds or should nots. Let them take a break for just a couple minutes. Calling your attention back. Maybe feeling the heartbeat, subtle pulse right in the middle of the chest or slightly to the left. Maybe you even just feel it on the right, even if the heart's not there. Just noticing. Letting that go, take a deep breath, big cleansing breath. Feel the lungs in the front and the back. Diaphragm moves up and down with the breath. Bringing some more movement into the body. Starting to find our way off to one side or another. Give yourself a hug. It feels so good to be alive, so thank yourself for all the ups and downs, for the whole experience in general. And then we'll come to sit. We'll close by dedicating our practice to all beings. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at peace, free from suffering, aware of consciousness, aware of the cessation of suffering. With that little tune outside, we can come to close with a vow. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Sadie.
You're welcome.